Hi folks, Sister McMurray here. I hope you're having a great week. So I'm going to talk about Lesson 3. Here is the BYU Idaho iLearn 3 homepage. You come here and you look over and you find your courses on the right hand side. I think you got that. So you click on your course and then it brings you to our course announcement page. Now this page is really important because I put all of the announcements that are really important. As you see, every lesson at the beginning is going to have a walkthrough where I make a video and tell you the important things coming up that week. I hope that you watch each one of them because it will help you get a good grade. I tell you what you need to know. And it's the closest thing I have to teaching in our class because it's an online class. So here's some previous lessons. You can see what I post. But basically, it's stuff that's going to help you. I post all of the due dates for the week. I post general tips and things that I'm looking for. If there are any new things that come up, I'm going to post it there. So read the announcements each week. It's really important. And actually, you'll need to read them twice a week because I have announcements for each lesson. So here are the upcoming due dates this week. We have Chapter 3 Reading Quiz, Decision Tree, and then the Campbell Interest and Skill Survey 2-page paper. So I'm going to go over those really quickly for you. Here's Lesson 3 under Week 2. Basically, here we have our questions and conversations board. If you have questions, come here and post them. There's the lesson introduction and then introduction to career exploration. Here is the Chapter 3 quiz. And then we have the Campbell Interest and Skills Survey. Basically, you need to contact the Career Services Center on campus. There's a phone number for you to call. They're open during business hours. You have to call them and tell them that you want to take the Campbell Interest and Skills Survey and what class you're in. They'll take $14 out of your student account and send you a link and a password. You have to take the survey and then you have to write a 2-page report on it. So let me pull that up for you. Here is a video on interpreting the Campbell's Interest and Skills Survey. We call it the CISS. And then here is what your report has to look like. So you'll have the following headings. These for orientation scales, basic interest and skill scale, occupation scale, and my takeaways. You can see that each of these sections is 1 to 2 paragraphs, but my takeaways should be 2 to 4 paragraphs. It doesn't matter if your paper is more than 2 pages, that's fine. If it's less than 2 pages, we have a problem. So it has to be Times New Roman, 12-point font, and double-spaced. Those are each worth 1 point. Has to be 2 pages, that's 7 points. Spelling, grammar, and punctuation are 10 points. And then for each section, here are the points, for a total of 50 points. Any questions that you have, you can put up there in the questions and conversations portion. But here's where you submit your CISS results, your 2-page paper. Okay. Then we have the decision tree. Now the decision tree is really pretty easy. It might seem complicated, but you go through all of these yes/no questions and see where you land. I do not want to see all of your yeses and nos. That's not what I want. You go through and it kind of takes you where you need to go, but here's what you need to do. Submit a short report that identifies the career or graduate school options that you may want to explore. Include other actions that you may take part of this exploration, such as consulting a career counselor or improving your credentials. Please do not list all of your yes or no answers. I also don't want you to copy the whole thing and highlight what you've done. That's not what I'm looking for. It should be 1 to 2 paragraphs about your conclusions and insights gained from this activity. I want to hear where you ended up and some of the things that you were thinking about along the way. So I hope that helps. There's no set format for this, except for it needs to be a few paragraphs, basically talking about what you thought. So that should be it for Lesson 3. Everything's due on Wednesday night. at midnight and put your questions here. Thanks, folks.